is up? We are back. It's the same night. I am wasted. This is my last beer.
I don't want to get shit.
I've been drinking.
Just shotgun this bitch.
Yeah, I need to sober up so I can drive home. So I have no more beer for me.
I've been drinking this Cigar City Brewing Company.
Cheers.
Cheers, my bro.
Chug it.
This is the Ja Ale Indian Pale Ale. I'm a mess. I'm an IPA nut. Anyway. And before we get started, I wanted to
Oh,
say,
God, it's so cold. Ah!
well, you know, when the mountains are blue, when the mountains are blue,
Ooh, that was good.
damn, when the mountains are blue.
Woo! My balls are going to be blue. That's how cold that shit is.
So I wanted to say on the Poppy video, I've never got a chance to, but Zach, I hate that he couldn't be here tonight. But he's getting married with Melissa. They're getting married. So the four of us are about to be all wedded.
All wedded.
Well, he was the youngest of the group, so it's about time the baby finally got...
Yeah, how old is he? Is he 32?
He is Stas' age. They're about the same age. Like, I would say he's turning 33 this year. December 16th.
He pulled the same shit like I pulled
He's got
and
a
you
long
pulled.
way to go
We
by.
put weird shit on our registry.
By the time he's 33, we'll be 35. And we're like, dude, you're just a fucking baby. It's okay.
But yeah, Zach's about to get married. They're doing wedding stuff today, registry and all that kind of stuff. He couldn't make it today, but Zach had told me about the new Poppy album. He had never listened to any Poppy before, but he said that it's like if Disney made a heavy metal album.
It's true.
True.
And I was like, I totally get that.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, something. He probably wouldn't like it as much as we do because he's not a bit. He's a punk rock fan through. He's a Green Day fan. He's a Green Day fan, and like a Queens of Stone Age fan through and through. And Who? I think Who is what you described Zach. Do you think what music he listens most? The Who.
Zach's a big old Beatles nut, Green Day
Beatles
nut,
and Who, Green Day.
nut.
Yeah, he's more of the punky kind of British punk rock kind of person. Me and Travis were always the Cradle of Filth fans.
Guys, industrial guys.
Industrial goth metal guys.
So right now, this is a Patreon review requested by our buddy Andrew Morales. And this is the first... Where is that at?
Ooh, smells like rubbing alcohol.
The first Skindred album, Babylon. Now...
2004.
I have never heard Skindred before.
That's not true.
Until David brought to my attention that, no, I let you hear a song when we did the Baby Metal review. You said that one of the guys rapping on there sounded like
the Thai dude
guy.
that's on rapping on there reminds me of the Skindred.
For here,
singer.
I've heard these guys before. Rock 103 used to actually play them quite a bit back in the day. You probably heard them, but
nobody was played to death when it came out.
Really?
On this album, it was played so much, and that's the reason why I listened to this album was because of the song
it's like
Nobody.
Rock 103 got the new metal.
Nobody turns into Nova.
Remember, we got a new metal
As
early
it was
2000, late 90s.
As it was
when
happening, 98,
Rock 103 didn't start
99.
playing, and they were playing bands like this. I remember hearing this, and I'm like, I was like, too little, too late. Sorry, buddies, try again. Because you can't do what the bands that came, they're just copying. They were copying exactly. That's the reason I said, to me, I just wanted to listen to dope when I listen to this.
You say new metal, but I get Breaking Benjamin all out throughout the.
What?
I get pop rock.
This man,
all
He
throughout
is
that
right.
fucking album.
It is kind of pop rocky, but it still has the musically, like the instrument wise, it is
some
new metal.
the
style.
guitar riffs are straight.
They
new
are
metal.
very new metal.
There's a lot of Breaking Benjamin style songs in there, though. There's like three songs on there that sound like they
What
were
is possible?
ripped
Breaking
off.
Benjamin ripped
3
off
out
these
of
guys.
20.
No, Breaking Benjamin's up.
They were before them.
Yeah, their first album.
See, I never listened to them. I never heard them until later.
Yeah,
in the
Polly-
2000s.
Polly-
Yeah, I didn't know
Yeah.
shit about Breaking Benjamin until
Breaking Benjamin got a new album too. I saw that.
2006.
A year before that one did.
Like to
Maybe
me,
2 years.
it sounds.
Well, funny thing about this album is it came out like a year or two before it's listed, and then it was re-released, and they took a couple songs off, and then added a couple new songs and the intro.
And pictures and things. There's a lot of people. They're compared a lot to POD. That's pretty much what they're compared to.
Oh, it is a million times better than POD.
It is,
Bad album.
but it's almost like maybe POD. Well, no, because POD was before these guys too,
Yeah.
because they were early 2000s. They were part of the new
But
metal
this dude
start.
had another band. God
I mean, I give him one thing.
what
He
was
does have a
that
hook.
band called?
The reggae rapping in it is a hook. It's just unlike the previously they were talking about jarring shit that was good. This jarring was not good. In my opinion, I didn't like it. I like my reggae. If I want reggae, I want reggae music with it, not reggae.
But it
not
is
reggae,
music.
This is better than
with
Sublime with
distortion.
Rome, so.
But this is better than Sublime with Rome.
Yeah, Sublime and Rome didn't come out till long after these guys fucking come out.
This
That's
is why it's better.
because back when these guys were out, Sublime was just Sublime, and it
Well,
was
Sublime
glorious.
was dead at that point.
Well, yeah.
When this came out, it was
Our Sublime was still Sublime, and it was far superior to this. You know, Sublime, we fucking.
When this
was
came
good.
out, it was who were those? Yeah, the Long Beach Dub.
Long Beach Dub
All-Stars.
Stars, yeah, Dub All Stars.
And man, great band, great
Yeah,
band.
exactly. But
There you go.
they're like too little, too late. They came into the game way too late, and they didn't have anything that was really new. Their difference was, we got this guy who has a reggae voice.
I respect
But
the band
that's
for doing what they did when they did it. After listening to it, when I listened to it when it first came out, I only liked a few songs. I like it a little bit more now as I'm older, but I still don't like it.
I like everything, but the reggae part just doesn't jive
You
very
really
well
have
with
to
me.
like.
You really,
that stuff.
he is right. You really have to like that to want to be, because if it was anything else, maybe better.
It reminds me of a new metal Bad Brains, or a new metal Sublime, or a new metal 311.
Oh, but
And-
that's things that should not be. 311
And
Sublime are so good for what they
The
were.
reason I love this album, actually, it is awesome.
I just want to listen to Dope when I hear this. I'm
Well,
like,
Dope-
screw this, I'm going to Dope now.
Dope is straight up industrial under the new metal umbrella. These guys are sort of pioneering a genre. They're mixing things that weren't necessarily being fucked with at that point. They're taking the raga and the reggae and sort of dance hall stuff and throwing new metal riffs in there. And I don't know, I guess I dig it because I've never heard them before. And you guys were there. Y'all were there.
That's it.
Yeah, I bought
That's
the
a-
album when it came out,
Yeah, I remember listening to that. And I'm like, cause like,
and it was like I was
there's so many bands that had reggae
listen,
music that
Yeah.
I liked before. I'm like, this just.
I was 18.
It's like watered down
Yeah.
reggae, whereas
So-
I was listening to actual reggae back then.
Yeah, I
I'm
was
like,
18 when this album came out, and I
God,
personally.
where are you? Yeah, wow, we
2004.
were.
Remember, this came out little mid 2000s, so we were
2004,
already
18.
adults all then.
You were already an adult. We were.
Yeah,
18.
you were like 22, maybe.
Yeah, you're like 4 years older than all of us. You're an old man. So.
I'm still a millennial, so watch it, boy.
Right. You're at the tip. You're like.
You're like the head of the penis going.
I'm the first part going in. Yeah.
Yeah,
I spread it
yeah.
out. I make it easier for you boys.
Yeah, you're the shit that that it spits out later. So. So yeah, it was Skindred with me. Like I said, I heard Nobody on the radio and was hooked at that song.
And I
was like,
swear,
I really-
nobody sounds like Jonathan Davis is on there.
No.
Nobody gets out to life. There's a moment. It sounds like Jonathan Davis.
The thing
to
is,
me.
so I was like, yeah, at 18-year-old me, I was like, man, this song fucking bangs. I dig it. I love Slipknot and Korn, and I was like, all right, cool, I dig this. So I was like, I'm gonna buy this album. So I got this album, for the $10 that it was worth, and at the time, and it's not worth $10 to me now. It's about the $1 that you can pay.
Yeah, I
for it.
think I bought this on eBay for like $5 free
Yeah,
shipping.
you pay too much.
I think it breaks down to the same thing back then.
So,
Yeah, it's not the same
The
thing now.
thing that
It's
gets
not
me
worth
on this album, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it with me at least. The thing that gets me on this album is I don't like the reggae parts. It feels
Too much.
It feels forced to me.
It-
I dig what they did with the real heavy music. Like I'm always a bit like the first thing I look for when I listen to heavy rock music is the guitars and the drums and everything.
New
And
metal through and through. We gotta
I hate
have
the
that.
skits because one, I don't speak that language. So when he's like, oh nah, whatever he's fucking talking about in Jamaican, I'm like, huh? I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. You could have left them out and made that album, like, it's 18 fucking tracks. It's what, 4 of the tracks are fucking just skits in Jamaican, which, what the fuck are you saying? I don't know. It's not entertaining to me. It makes no fucking sense to me. You could have had 14 fucking songs and I would have been perfectly fine with it. Then, it goes all over the place. Like, they have new metal, then they have pop punk style stuff, and then it goes into like this Breaking Benjamin generic bullshit, and then it goes back into this new metal stuff, and I really love the new metal songs. There's like 6 of them on this whole album, 18 fucking tracks. There's 6 songs that are new metal.
He's right, yeah.
And I like it. I dig the fuck out of it. When you're like, they're heavy fucking riffs. Like the song After Nobody, I was pissed. It pissed me off because it started off with and then it's like this poppy fucking reggae
anger
bullshit
all over again.
This poppy fucking reggae bullshit. I'm like, I wasn't expecting Blink 182 in reggae. So I was like, I don't like it. I don't like that style. I didn't like the fucking song itself. And I was like, this sucks. Then they go into songs that sound like Nobody. And I was like, alright, I can dig this. Because that's what I bought the album originally for. That's why I listened to it. It's anything that sounds...
Their radio song was like, oh, I like this.
The
But
Nobody
year
was
like,
the song
I
I dug the most. I really
The radio
loved it.
song.
So anything that connected to that, I really liked. I don't remember any of the song names on this. Because like I said, I didn't connect to this album. So, and like it's all over the place. It doesn't flow very well. It changes up randomly to different styles. And I like the fact that they did their reggae thing into some of the songs, but it only worked here and there for me. So personally, yeah, you can love this album because you've never heard it, but being that I heard it 15 years ago or 17 years ago when this album came out, it's like, I liked it better now that I'm older, but I still don't care for it. And I probably won't listen to it again after this review.
That makes absolute sense. Like now, new metal is essentially kind of dead.
That's not true. There are plenty of bands.
New metal.
There's
new bands. That,
Suicide Silence came out with an album 2 years ago, and I dug the fuck out of it.
Nothing's called new metal anymore.
It was a new metal, but it was a fucking metalcore or deathcore band that did new metal, and they did it well to me.
No.
So
but
it's not
the genre
bad.
of new metal. It's not used anymore. Really,
It's
anymore.
used everywhere.
It's just
every time Korn releases an album, it's used.
yeah.
Well, they're the veterans.
They're the
Right,
veterans.
but
They will always be new metal.
There
There's no
are
new
bands that do new metal stuff. We just don't recognize it because they add in the newer things that are happening today.
Well, even back then, new metal was just a catch-all for anything that wasn't classic. What we call classic
That
rock,
brand new
the hard
style.
rock.
Anything that
It was
has
a new
rap
style
in it
because
nowadays.
it's either
Brand
called
new style of
alternative
metal.
or new metal. We didn't really have no
And I wouldn't
catch-all.
even say that there's new metal on this album. It's just how they incorporated rock and reggae was really, one, it was unique back
It's
then.
straight up new metal riffs.
It is
Right, and
but
it's
during the time back then, we had ska. And
New
you had a
metal
lot of
production.
reggae with ska. Reggae and ska went hand in hand really well. We had bands like 311. That was one of my favorite bands. I love Down. Amazing. It had that flow to it that worked well. With this one, it really wasn't so much reggae because
Very
you had
forced.
bands like Bob Marley. It was, like I said, it was forced.
Yeah.
It was like it was just his accent was reggae. It was Jamaican accent. That's all it
right.
was.
It's a Jamaican guy making metal music. That's pretty much what this
It
album
really was. It wasn't
But
actually
I would
reggae.
say
It was
that
just
this
Jamaican
album
guy
got
with an
them-
accent.
I think this album was created for them. Like, hey, we need to break out in the States. What can we do? So they made.
And that's
this
true.
album.
At a time when it came out,
Which,
we needed something.
At
that
first,
fit
I
in
thought it
Makes
was
sense.
a one. I thought it
Look
was.
at those cans of their
Yeah.
crap.
Now, at first though, like I thought the Skindred died off. Like I thought they did. Now recently they released a new album last year. I think either last year or the year before last. They just released a new album. They have this song called "That's My
Really?
Jam." There's a song called "That's My Jam" that's on a new album they just released like either a year or two ago, and it's really bad. I mean, it's like "That's my jam." That's my jam.
I
And he
haven't
starts
even
doing
heard
his
the
little
name
his reggae
Skindred.
thing.
I haven't heard the name Skindred until Travis brought that up. I'm like, that's still a thing. When Travis
Right,
said, okay.
I thought they died off, and then I heard
He
that
said,
song,
okay,
and
he
I
told
was
me
like,
that about, okay, that's earlier, the earliest
it's a
album.
really shitty
I
song.
was like, okay, all right, maybe he just finally got into it. Okay, cool, whatever. But then, like you said, like, there's more.
Yeah, there's like
Really?
4 albums more. Or 3 albums more after this album, and I was like, they still
They
create
were
stuff after
mediocre.
this?
To me, I don't know. I mean, some
They're
people like
forgettable.
they were mediocre at best. Then they really
This album is forgettable.
is extremely forgettable.
And on top of that,
I wouldn't even
their
call them a
new
one-hit
stuff
wonder because they weren't even a one-hit
made
wonder,
it to
man.
the, surprisingly made it to the
Look at this
radio.
motherfucker. He's like, oh
Yeah.
my god.
Surprisingly,
We're
their
bashing
newest
the shit out of it.
song made it to the radio. People said, "Yeah, it's Skindred." I go, "What the fuck? Seriously? They made it on the radio for the 3rd
When?
time? This is like a year. Within this
Okay,
last year."
see, I guess nobody listens to radio any fucking more. It's all
I
fucking
know.
internet.
Like I said, it's
So they
called
must not
"That's
be
My
that good,
Jam"
'cause-
is the song name. It's got like a bunch of. It starts off with a bunch of fucking cheerleaders saying "That's my jam" to it, and then he starts it.
Marilyn Manson did it first.
It's a shitty fucking song. And I'm like, wait a minute, Skindred are still around? I thought they broke up and died off. There's a video of them, and this dude looks old as fuck. Like he looks like that
I thought
fucking.
they were old back in the fucking early
he,
2000s.
he looks like a Jamaican grandfather. Like he's just like, dude, stop making music, man.
Gather up, Sonny. We're gonna sing a song.
I mean, he's just,
I don't know if this man is Jamaican or not.
no, he's Jamaican.
He is
He's
Jamaican.
very Jamaican.
That was their hook.
I have to look him up.
Their
very
hook was
Jamaican.
this
But I
guy.
can't
That's the
find
thing.
my phone.
Just like Dave said, it was forced because it's just this guy's accent. It wasn't
I
doing
mean,
actual reggae. It was just
It's
he just
bad
sounds
rock-
like it.
It's bad new metal with an okay singer.
No, all right. Let me speak for a minute.
He might be the only person who actually likes this.
It's
I'm
not
saying
that
it
he
Wasn't that
sounds
good though?
reggae.
Don't hate it. Don't like it.
There are, if you're familiar with reggae and dub and ska music, there are riffs and musical notes and progressions that do hit the reggae mode.
Give me another chorus. I gotta drink the shit out of my mouth.
And there's reggae on this album, just with distortion and new metal grooves. It is not that he just sounds reggae. Yeah, he sounds reggae.
That's all Josh saying.
He's using that island flow, but the beats are following fairly island beats, but with a new metal distortion and random ass sound effects, and it to me just sounds like 311 doing new metal or
Bad new metal.
shit like that. And like you guys were there. I'd never heard these guys before, but this album does me right, just because of
Just chugs this.
just because it's something different. Now I do like Soulfly and
Now see, that's good.
'cause I
the
like
Cavalera brothers
yeah,
are fucking amazing.
yeah. I'm a big Cavalera fan.
Napalm
Mass Cavalier can speak.
Nail Bomb.
Nail Bomb.
Um,
Oh, I love Napalm.
Sepultura. I'm a big fan of them.
Sepultura, Soulfly.
And this is just to me like another version of that. Whereas Sepultura and Soulfly use a more tribalness.
Because the music was tribal as opposed to just his voice
Like
sounded
the
that
new
way. It
metal,
didn't sound that way.
new metal with tribal beats. This is new metal with reggae beats. And I like reggae music. I'm a big Lee Scratch fan, and
Who doesn't like Bob Marley? I mean, come on.
well,
Yeah,
Bob
Eddie Murphy
Marley is
is pretty good
cool.
now, right?
What? This man.
You
Wow!
didn't know that? Yeah, that's where Eddie Murphy's been. He has his own reggae band.
That's something we
Well,
gotta look at.
By the way, look into it.
That might be
It's
interesting.
not horrible.
might be worth looking
I
at.
mean, I like it.
I don't mind.
Murphy's
I don't-
funny.
Murphy,
I don't mind Snoop
actor.
lying. Fruit juice.
Oh my
Right.
God.
Yeah,
That's
Eddie Murphy has his own reggae.
That was a short-lived
Which is why
fucking
I'm
character.
pretty sure he
Wasn't it?
Oh my God. He wasn't even Snoop Lion when he was on Trailer Park Boys. He went straight back to Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, he's a straight up dog again. Snoop Dogg. Snoop Lion was
That's
a.
it, man.
I mean, if Snoop Lion was an excuse to go to Jamaica and hang out with the legends and smoke weed.
Like, he smokes weed more than... He now is he smokes more weed than Willie Nelson now, because Willie Nelson had to quit. So, Jesus Christ.
But yeah, I dig this album though. Intro is whatever. Nobody is cool. Nobody to me
Yeah,
is like a
nobody's-
new metal song.
Nobody's the reason why I got
Straight
into
new
it.
metal. But then Pressure I like
Yeah.
and Start First I like. The interludes on this album are whatever.
Oh,
they
man.
should not have existed.
Right? They
Yeah.
apparently didn't exist on the original version of the album.
Yeah, because this is the remastered
It's a
version. Came out in
re-release.
2000. Was it
2004.
2004, yeah.
Really, when they got a major label contract.
They had to add something in there. I'm like,
Yeah,
they should have done that.
This
they're
actually
garbage.
removes like 3 songs from the original release and then adds a couple new songs and the interludes. But I like Selector and Bruises and Set It Off.
Bruises is a good one. I like that one.
That's it.
Firing the Love is pretty good, but Tears I don't really get into. Tears is a pretty generic kind of ballad. World Domination is cool. The Fear is another sort of boring ballad. Babylon is okay, and then the beginning of Sorrows is cool. Then it goes into a hidden
Now,
track.
Babylon was really good. Like, Babylon's probably like the best song on there. I
Yeah.
think.
Like I said, they had their radio
title
songs that
track
were really
was
good.
really
Their
good.
title tracks were good, but that they're one of those bands where like, oh sweet, I'm gonna get this album. And you get like, oh, the rest of the shit's garbage.
It's
Why not?
garbage.
I don't like it.
Like I said, out of the album,
Or-
out of 18, there's 4 fucking intro, or like the 4 skit tracks or whatever, which are horrible.
It's-
And then you have probably 6 tracks on there that I can actually get into. And out of those 6, 2 of them I really like, and the rest of them are
Take it or
forgettable.
leave it.
Babylon and Nobody, the only
These-
great songs
this album,
on there.
I
The
don't-
rest of them are eh.
I've never really listened to anything afterwards because I didn't have want to.
I listened to it once and it stayed in my
If
system.
we go on the SIG break after this video, I gotta hear this That's My Jam shit.
It's horrible. Oh my
But
god.
this is one of those bands. It's like a take it or leave. Some people will
I don't
love
even
this,
know,
and
like-
some people won't.
This is like the.
It's really
like That's My
decisive-
Jam is like their
decisive.
3rd or 4th album.
Yeah,
like I don't remember how many albums in, and if they had more than that, then I didn't care to look up farther than that because they suck so bad. But
I mean, his
nobody
hook
heard
was-
anything from the second album.
It's one thing if you had a reggae beat. If they had reggae beats with new
There
metal,
are
that,
reggae beats on here. That's what I was
I don't
just
hear
saying.
it.
There's
It's-
reggae
it's-
beats. Well, there
it's-
there are reggae beats with new metal.
I still
guitar.
think more of
There's-
bands
There's
like-
a lot of island going on this album.
maybe it wasn't enough for
That-
me though, because
there
I
you
listened to
go.
like Bob Marley back. I like okay,
Because
Yeah.
I
there's
was
that.
thinking more actual reggae.
There's a language barrier badly on that album too. Cause like there's some things where I'm like, I don't know what you're saying, dude, and I don't get it. And if I looked up the lyrics, I'd probably see a bunch of gibberish.
Yeah.
So-
It's like this is one of those albums. It's really it's a take it or leave it. Some people love
Right.
it. Some there's
It's a
no
love
in
and
between.
hate
It's a
thing.
love hate. You either love it or you hate it because it's not gonna be for everyone.
I
I'm
would
not gonna
never
say
go back
I
to this
love it,
album.
but I really,
You
really,
said you
really
loved it.
like it. Did I say I love
Yeah,
it?
you
Oh,
did.
maybe I didn't mean to say I love this album. But I
did say
really
it.
like it. I really dig
I mean,
it, and it makes me interested
it's-
to possibly check out some of their
I
other
don't,
stuff.
this is decisive, but I'll say it's kind of like Saint Anger. You know, had like started all the songs of Saint Anger were like, oh, this would be great, and then it's like, oh, disappointing
I
after it
haven't
gets
listened to
started.
Sing Anger since Sing Anger started.
Tick, 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 tick,
It's like
tick,
they
tick,
start
tock.
off with this. The beginning would be amazing. All right, this will be epic, and then it's just like anticlimactic.
lifestyle.
Everything's
Turn this my
anticlimactic.
death style.
Metallica like released stuff, and it's like really hit and miss for me. Like
But
I
it
didn't
is.
care for Death Magnetic,
That's how this
but
is.
I
It's to
liked
me,
the
it's-
last album.
It's hit or miss. Some songs, like you said, or okay, I can listen to this. It's not bad, But this is one of those, there's not enough here
6
for me
out
to
of
really
18
want.
tracks is a bad rating.
It is.
It's a 5 out of 10. I'm giving it a 5.
It's a radio
because
band.
It has some metal into it.
To me,
Just
it's
an average.
It's
it is very generically average. There's not. To
it's
me,
a radio new metal band.
you could put a lot to say into it, but there's really. You think about how much there is to really say about this album.
I don't know.
There's not a lot to say.
There'll be
about
hate for this.
album.
There
I think-
really isn't, and I will admit to that. Like I
POD
said,
is fucking better than these
oh
guys.
no, it's
Who?
not. No,
POD.
they're not.
POD is not.
No, they're not.
I would rather
I will
listen to
admit
POD
to the
than some of
fact
this
that
stuff.
there's
Some of
not.
this-
No.
POD is nothing but garbage.
POD is.
From start to
POD
finish.
is my 12-year-old trash music that I remembered listening to as 12-year-old because I liked it was rock and heavy at the time. But then I got turned 13 and realized that there's
I like
so much
Limp
better.
Bizkit. Limp Bizkit is more
fucking Limp
talented
Bizkit's
than
fucking.
POD. Crazy Town is better than POD.
I would rather listen to Crazy Town.
Are you picking on me
That is
because
true.
I had both Crazy Town and fucking
She's
albums.
My Butterfly.
I don't
was
mind
so
that.
much
I don't like
better
that song.
that album.
I actually didn't like that song. I love the rest of the album. I'm not a big fan of Butterfly.
I'm a badass b-boy, 2 triple O.
She's My
badass
Butterfly
space age
is
superhero.
better.
He's trying to get me to sing it because he knows I know
Right.
every fucking lyric in every fucking
Right.
song of this
But
song.
see,
I
think
don't
about this,
mind
like-
the Crazy Town.
You listen to a live. I feel so alive. And then you
Oh.
had She's My Butterfly, Crazy, Baby. I mean, I'd rather listen to Butterfly.
I've never heard it live. That sounds horrible. If it was that way.
What? Which one?
That-
Butterfly.
No.
That's
He
how
was
it goes.
saying, he was talking about the Alive
We are
song for POD.
Oh.
Yeah, the live song for P.O.
I feel so
Dude,
alive.
I'm gonna say there's like two
For the
songs
very
by POD
first
that are
time.
good. One was from Little Nicky.
I
So
can't
alive,
deny
yeah.
you.
Oh
I feel so
God.
alive. Or you can get Crazy Town, whereas Butterfly, Baby. Yeah. Like, at least then he's talking to a
Maybe
girl
that's
trying
why
to
I
get
like
something.
Insane Clown Posse so much, because I love the fucking white guy rapping shit so much, because that's what Crazy Town was about, and then ICP was
No, Crazy Town was really bad. Like,
Crazy Town is bad.
we're saying we would rather listen to that than
I'm
POD.
sad.
Doesn't
It's
mean
sad enough.
listen
I
to
love, I love the first album, and I guess it's because the chick on the album cover was like.
I do
ooh,
I
that.
do like songs on the Crazy Town though. Like I said, I'm a badass b-boy, 2 triple O, badass space age
I guess
superhero.
that's a guilty pleasure. I love Crazy Town. I didn't like Butterfly song. I get that much. I don't like them. I love the first one and Dark Horse. I like those two
Dark
albums.
Horse is pretty cool.
And maybe because I like chicks, when I was growing up, that was my thing. I love the gothy kind of fucking hip hop, short skirt wearing chicks
But
like
yeah.
that. The Hot Topic chicks.
All
I
I'm
love
gonna
that
say,
shit.
this is my last saying on this album. It's a disappointment. It's not the worst thing I've ever heard.
Like I said, I didn't really
Nowhere
listen
near
to
the
much of it
best
when I was
thing.
getting. I remember, like you said, the radio stuff. And then I listened to you. Travis said, "Listen to this, so we can listen to it." I'm like, "Yeah, I remember. I don't like this.
Right,
didn't like the reggae stuff."
I remembered Nobody. I really like Nobody. I have that on my phone. I listen to it. I jam out to that song.
Couple songs.
And Babylon was really good on there, but there's no other song I really care to listen to again. I don't remember any of them. I'd probably listen to them outside again and probably forget them as we walk in. That's how the album is a forgettable album. It doesn't do shit for me. Like I said, that Nobody's the only good thing on there. Like, really good thing on there is Nobody.
Like one hit wonder.
Babylon was a good, decent kind of song that you could probably get to if you listen to it enough and remember it. But other than that, though,
It makes sense because, like, to me, I like reggae music. I love a lot of reggae, but this one,
I
it
don't
didn't.
like reggae. I just don't.
I
Like it.
actually do like
I just
reggae,
think
and
that
I
album is
did not
bad.
like
So,
this.
I just think
'Cause-
the album is badly written and
'Cause
put together.
When Travis told me listen to this album,
I was like,
I haven't heard
different
this album
opinion.
in fucking forever. I haven't heard this shit since the day when it first came out.
2004.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this shit since I graduated high
Travis
school.
knows how much I used to always talk about Soulfly, and he needs to listen to it. I love Soulfly. I love that tribal
Yeah, so far.
new metal sound. It's like amazing. And when I listen to this, I'm like, I'm not feeling.
Soulfly's a lot heavier though than this. Like,
Well,
I don't understand.
it is.
You're comparing
Soulfly-
Soulfly to this is like comparing my shit to
Soulfly
my
is a
beats.
lot heavier than
Well,
what's
yes,
going on here.
you get Soulfly and Sepultura, you get this tribal sound, but it's the music itself has a sound. Whereas this one, it's just, to me, it was just the guy just has a heavy Jamaican accent. That's it.
Yeah, it's bland.
It's bland. I didn't. If the music,
Somebody in 10 years from now is going to be, remember that band with that Jamaican singer? Then
No.
this is the only band you're going to think of. Because it's the only band out there that has a Jamaican singer. The rest of them who do reggae music are white guys doing reggae music. This is the only actual guy who does metal music because he's reggae.
He's actually Jamaican doing this
music.
And it's so sad that we don't like it. You think we should because he actually is a Jamaican doing new metal, but we don't like it. Whereas you might have bands who actually are not Jamaican, putting Caribbean Jamaican beats into it, and it sounds better. But I don't know. Maybe I didn't listen to it enough.
It's bad writing.
That I don't feel the Caribbean beats in it. I don't feel nothing Caribbean. Like I said, that's why I love Sepultura and Soulfly. You can feel that tribal beats into it in the music, in the writing. This one, it's just he has a heavy Jamaican accent.
I just
that's
think
all he has.
it's a metal album made for cool run-ins.
Oh my God, that's nice, dude. I love that. Cool runnings. Holy shit.
It's a metal album made for cool run-ins. Let's play that to that.
Damn it, dude. That was a sick burn,
This
dude.
man. Oh my God.
Cool runnings. It was made for TV bullshit.
I like cool run-ins.
What's your rating, Josh?
I give it a 5.
A 5. I'm with average at best. It's down the road, middle, just new metal. Just the guy has a Jamaican accent. That's it.
It's not the best. It's not the worst.
It's not bad. We've heard worse. Like I said, again, POD is probably one of the worst. They're the Nickelback of new metal.
POD is like new metal by way of Christian rock. POD will always be garbage.
It's like Christian rock didn't make metal sound better. It just made metal worse.
Oh.
Made Christianity worse. Yeah, it's like 5 out of 10. It's extremely forgettable. There's nothing. They have one or two songs that maybe the newer shit got better, but they weren't good. Well, see, so I trust this man's judgment all day long. He's like me. He listens to the same music I used to.
No.
I heard this once. I was like, okay, I'm listening to this. I got the album. I'm like,
this is how bad it is.
I'm like,
it is.
I can see why they smoke pot in Jamaica because they want to forget this shit. Dude, it's forgettable. No. It's not. There's nothing there that makes you want to like. Ooh, I want to hear more from this band. You know.
Yeah, like I said, if more of the album sounded like Nobody, I think the album would have actually been a lot better. Because Nobody is such a good song to me. Like, I like how that song
One-hit
flows.
wonders.
Lyrically, it's kind of fun, and it has a good flow to it. But then it just cuts off for like 5 songs. There's like it's just a bunch of shit.
Hey, you want to finish my beer?
I still got more in this one.
I am fucking too wasted to finish this.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of shit like that goes into it. I'm just like, yeah, there's too much crap.
Fuck you, liver.
The good songs aren't noticed. I'm sure if I listened to this album a little bit more, I'd find the better songs.
Oh God, it's so fucking flowery. Ugh. I'm not a hops fan. Oh,
Hoppy.
Right? It's like drinking a fucking rainbow, isn't it?
Get one more sip.
Oh God, damn it! It's so bitter
wow,
too.
it's
so getting punched in the face by a
not as heavy
leprechaun.
as it was.
It's like getting punched in the face by a honeysuckle. God damn it!
I like honeysuckle. That doesn't taste like honeysuckle.
No, it don't taste like honeysuckle, but
Like the leaf of a honeysuckle.
The leaf.
It's like drinking a tree. I was like,
Oh yeah. And
Alright,
bad enough, I don't like beer.
Alright, after hearing our crappy comments and giving
Travis,
it a 5 out of 10.
We just shit all over this album, man. We're sorry, dude. We're not. It's not saying nothing on you.
Yeah.
This is just our opinion. Opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got one.
I had to pee earlier. That's what I felt about that. It's finally done.
I
Just go to the
give
toilet and piss on it.
I give this album a 6.
What?
Okay.
It is slightly
Still
above
not that
average.
good.
Slightly better than what
I
we said.
enjoyed it because it was something different.
It's a little bit better than a sandpaper
For
dildo.
me at the moment. Like I said, I'm just now kind of warming up more a little to some of the new metal that I missed out on.
I can't do it.
And I enjoyed this because I haven't heard new metal with a reggae tinge at this point.
Because
in
it doesn't
time.
work. That's why no one does it.
And I thought it was pretty cool. The fairly poppiness on here, I dug. His island accent and island flow, I dug. The islandy beats with the new metal flair, I dug. It was, to me, this was a little different than their contemporaries. Take, for instance, other bands that I really like Korn and Static X. You know, like we've said before, new metal was a massive umbrella that took a lot of different genres under its wing, but they were genres we've heard before, but these genres were done slightly different. Orgy, definitely industrial, but slightly different than their industrial contemporaries. Static X, definitely industrial, but slightly different than their industrial contemporaries. Korn, heavy metal, but slightly different than their heavy metal contemporaries. New metal was a term because it was the new style of metal at that time. Exactly, it was a catch-all, it's an umbrella. So therefore there was room for much experimentation, and that's why you took Sepultura, who were a thrash band and wound up thriving in the new metal scene when they did Roots. And Cavalera left and does Soulfly, which is, man, new metal the album. But damn, is it not a badass fucking album?
So good.
Right? Dug the shit out of that. But what did he do? He took the new metal style, which was like groove metal riffs, but he adds a tribal flair to a lot of that.
There's tribal drums.
And he started that with Roots. And, you know, there's just so much you could do with anything under the new metal umbrella. And like I've said before, new metal became bad when the mainstream focused on the bro side of it, the rap metal, the hardcore extreme rap side of it.
Biscuits.
Yeah, your Limp Bizkit copycats, like we just said, we would like to
Finally,
listen
Limp Bizkit did it. When everyone started doing it too, that's when it got bad.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a Linkin Park fan. I'm not a Crazy Town fan.
I am a Linkin Park. I like their
If they have songs, I don't mind.
Except for that Justin Timberlake shit he came out with before he killed himself.
Right before he died.
I feel bad. I'm not making fun of the man because it's sad. He was, you know, we've lost a lot of good
suicide ticket. I'm just saying.
We've lost a lot of good writers. You know, Soundgarden. Why these guys are so sad that they kill themselves?
Well, apparently drugs would have to do something.
Well, yeah, we all know it's drugs, but it's
not like pills. Like
no, a lot of people are saying there's a lot of
side effects.
There's a lot of shit deep inside of them that caused the drugs did not help. It made it worse, and then eventually they overcame them. But god damn it, dude, why are we losing so many good people? I mean, I'm not gonna sit there and say the man should kill himself because of that shitty Timberlake song. Like, God, that was garbage.
That whole album.
I mean, like I said, we love Gorillaz, but they come out with some fucking shitty fucking music.
They come out with some stuff
that's garbage.
Like, it's not
I don't want to see those guys. I want to see them overcome. Korn, like we talked earlier, they had some shitty shit we didn't like, but they you know what? We overcame, came back.
Time better.
They figured out, well, this is what works. Let's do this.
I don't think that's how they saw it. It's more like, hey, Chris is back. Let's do something good again.
I said,
Chris, you were the main writer for this.
Let's you just said, new metal was. There's so much on there. It's a big umbrella. The problem is, to me, they didn't do anything better than anybody else. His only thing was he's Jamaican. And they didn't really, to me, he didn't do nothing with that.
5 to 6 is a good rating.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Travis is probably going to give him, I'm going to say he's going to give him a 6 out of fucking 10.
Well, I did just give him a 6, and that's because...
Dude, I've been drinking all fucking time.
Did you forget? He did give him a 6
Dude, I just chugged 2 beers, drank 151, and fucking Hennessy. Of course I fucking forgot.
And had
fuck you, liver.
I gave him a 6 because even though I enjoyed it,
it was different.
I don't know much about this band. I don't know where they go or where. I know he came from another band that was a reggae metal band that he did before they broke up.
That would be a good sound.
It was a fun, different change of pace based off of what I've been listening to lately.
I can give you that. Yeah, true,
hearing, at 33 years old, never knowing about this band before, and hearing something that reminds me of stuff I like I said, 311 or Sublime. which to me, you know, Sublime is better than this.
Oh, definitely. But
Not
leaps and
Sublime
bounds.
Rome, just Sublime.
Yeah, Sublime
No,
Rome.
that's a whole
garbage all the
different
way.
fucking complaint altogether.
Zero rating. But this right here, for taking the new metal style and throwing some different shit in there, kept it fresh for me. Because I'm like, it could just be.
Could have been 1 out of 10.
Yeah,
I mean,
it could
At least you get 5 out of it. At least
it could just sound like Korn with an island guy. It could-
that would have
That'd
been
probably be better. Actually.
That might have been better. Holy shit,
I
that'd
would
be
listen to
weird.
the fuck out of that.
I don't know. I
Just for the
had,
weirdness.
I had a lot of fun with this album.
Yeah,
But it's a 6 because I gotta check out some of their other shit. But I did highly enjoy this. It's a high 6.
it makes sense for you because you weren't so in depth with the new metal like me and David were. So it is different for you. To us, it was like, oh, this is so generic and just
you guys were already oversaturated by the genre at that point.
that is true.
This was
I
just
like some
another.
of the oversaturation though. So
This was just another piece
There was a
of
lot
that
of
saturation.
and it was. It's just somebody in a sea of new metal trying to like, well, I'll make something different. Oh, I'm Jamaican. Let me use my extreme deep Jamaican accent. It didn't stand out enough to make it any better than anything else. It was like
it caught me off guard.
It
Like
was
I said,
different.
Nobody it was the radio track. It was the single that came out on the
It
radio.
was.
That's what said, hey, I'm gonna buy this album. I bought this album
you're like, oh god.
and I was like, never listen to it again. Until you said, Dave, I need you to listen to this for a Patreon. And I was like, ugh.
That makes sense. And like today,
So, I did.
it's so
I
easy
liked it
nowadays
better
with
than
internet because nowadays you're like, oh, this
Yeah.
I don't want to hear this shit. I'm not gonna buy this album.
If you did this back in 2004 when this album came out, I would have gave this a 2 because it's a 1 because it's metal. It's a 2 because it's metal. That's about it.
It was nothing new. It wasn't any
Nothing-
better.
It wasn't
The
good.
reggae
then.
didn't make it any better.
It got better as I got older because my style
Your
is,
mind's open a little
is open a little bit more.
Yeah, we were very
It's-
close-minded as teenagers, and
Whoever the
early
Patreon
adults.
guy is, I hope you said you should listen to this because you didn't care for it. You just wanted him to hear it. That would be a reason why. If you actually like this, I'm sorry.
Well, see, I asked David to be a part of this because he brought up the band when we talked about baby metal, and I was like,
He
"You're a
did,
little
I
more
remember that,
familiar
yeah.
with
I knew
this,
about
and
that.
I'm not." And I asked Josh to be a part of it because Josh is a regular on the show, and he adds a different opinion.
Which means
on
he
things.
shows up and he just happens to be here when the videos are made.
well, like I said, when they first met me, I was the biggest new metal fan that they had. You know, 'cause to them, it was Green Day and classic rock. Well,
Didn't he?
I met you a couple months after I met Josh.
Oh, okay.
we were about the same time. Because
I knew Josh before I knew him.
Yeah, well, we met you.
Same year, a couple months apart.
Yeah, that's true.
Tiny town, fucking, we all know each other. Everyone knows each other. Everyone's probably pretty much slept with everybody. I mean, it's pretty bad. But it's good stuff.
Friend-cest.
All right.
Let's come over.
Two
But,
fives
like
and
I
a
said,
6.
a
You know what that
6.
rounds to? A 5.5.
Yeah.
Still a shitty
To me, I totally
Average. It's just an average band.
I enjoyed the album. I say if you want,
If you
you're
like
s-
it, more
if
power
you
to you.
want something that's a little different than your average new metal
2 seconds
flair,
before you forget it.
check it out.
It's one album. It costs a couple bucks to get.
Yeah,
It's not gonna
really
break
easy
the
to get
bank.
on
You
eBay.
could probably find it in a pawn shop for 50 cents.
Yeah, easily,
I mean,
easily.
I said, there's if you look at Travis's collection, I guarantee there's a large selection of shit
Somewhere
people
up there.
think is garbage.
Yeah,
It's-
obviously.
It's subjective at best.
Obviously.
We tell people, what we like, somebody else might not like. What they like, we might not like.
Exactly.
You guys love prog rock. I'm not a big prog rock fan. I love Dream Theater, but Travis loves fucking Zappa. I can't stand that
I've
shit.
never heard
I'd
Zappa
rather
before,
fucking
right?
shoot myself in the dick than listen to Zappa.
I don't know if you'll like Frank. You might like some Frank Zappa.
Yeah, like I haven't listened. I don't
You're
have
like
the
10
urge
minutes of
to
Zappa.
You
hear it.
might like
If I
some
walk in on
Zappa.
you one day and you're listening to Zappa, then I'll be like,
He
alright.
made us watch that fucking movie. 10 minutes, it was good. After 10 minutes, we're like, his wife can't stand Zappa. We all wanted to fucking eat a bullet. We're like, oh god, this is garbage.
200
Travis.
Motels is
Like I said,
amazing.
you look at his fucking collection of Zappa. It's the biggest collection of everything.
I know.
It's too much.
I know. I follow him on
It's too
Instagram
much.
and Facebook, and I'm always like, "Here's my new Zappa album on Facebook on
more
Instagram."
Zappa. Like this
Yeah.
guy's got how many albums? And then I always keep asking Travis,
72.
like, this guy was sober when he wrote this shit. He didn't believe in drugs at all. I'm like, how can you not be high when you do this shit? But it's subjective. Some people love opera, can't stand this shit. It's subjective.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like I said, some people, there might be people who are like, there's Skindred hardcore fans who do nothing to suck her. They would suck their dick all day long. We can't, what the hell? What's wrong with you?
I want to meet that fan.
That would be a weird fan to meet. I'd like,
I want to meet him and be like,
what's wrong
"What
with
else do you listen to?"
I wouldn't kiss him, but I'd shake his hand.
I'm curious. Let's see. I'd be curious.
you? I'd
of
check
what-
his hand before I'd fucking
What,
shake it first.
I'm really curious of what somebody who says I'm a pure fan of Skindred. Like, I'm curious of what else do you listen to? Do you follow by the rest of the bullshit that's been released that other bands are, or do you actually have taste?
Well, I'll put this much. At least the guy, it's a new metal. I don't know how old this guy, this fan who asked about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's new metal. Not a lot of people are big fans of new metal anymore. Most newer, younger people don't like new metal. We
Well,
love
it's
new
mostly
metal.
about nostalgia
So
now.
it's kind of cool. You know, we look at new metal through rose-tinted
Rose-tinted
glasses.
That's why we get State Farm commercials or whatever the fuck.
No, it was CarMax and Fred
CarMax
Durst. We're like,
with Fred
yes,
Durst.
it's fucking glorious. People are like, who the fuck is Fred Durst? We're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? That's Nookie. That's a fucking amazing song. I would love a car that
Some
was.
16-year-olds like, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I mean, he looks. I love that video. I love the
He just
commercial. I'm
looks
like,
at it and he's like,
I told him, like, dude, Fred Durst in a CarMax commercial. His career is fucking over.
"You motherfucker was carrying groceries too."
He was like, your car is stuck playing Nookie. I'm like, I'll buy that car. I'm like, I want that car.
Right.
Give me that car.
It was stuck playing that album. That's what
Yeah.
he said. It wasn't just a song.
Well, see, the video shows it just playing Nookie, but
Yeah.
it's that album. I love that fucking album.
When 20 years ago, Nookie was oh man, we can't play this.
Yeah.
Nookie is such a bad word. To 20 years later, it's in a comical commercial. Like, shows you how far we've come, people.
Our society is fucked.
I mean, I'll never forget that, it was about 20 years ago when I saw Alice Cooper in a commercial jump roping
That's
with
true.
a little girl.
That is true.
And
Ozzy Osbourne's been in plenty of commercials.
Exactly.
He's been in a ton of
This
commercials.
stuff
He'd been in a fucking TV
happens.
show that wasn't even true. I mean, the
This
fucking
stuff
Osbournes
happens.
was completely fucking fake.
fucking bubbles, like I said, Ozzy's dying this year.
He's dying.
Calling it 2020, dead
I
ass
call him
Ozzy.
every year, and he surprises me and survives.
He is surprised. He's
Like, you notice this on videos.
You are
I've
right.
told you every year. Like, I was like, I'm calling, like, 2016, it's Ozzy's year.
How many
2017, it's
bones
Ozzy's
broken?
year. He keeps fucking
I'll
pushing.
tell you right
through.
now,
He
this
breaks
is the
a
year.
bone every fucking
He,
year
now,
on
he
stage.
has Parkinson's disease now.
You want to know why
He
this
is
is the
dying.
year?
Yeah.
He just released a brand new album, and the first one in a while, that is sort of taken off pretty well. He
True.
he just mentioned Parkinson's disease. Last year, he was riddled with medical problems. They canceled tours.
Let's pick a month. Who wants to bet?
I'm not picking a month. I'm picking this year.
August.
August, you
I
think?
think I'll make it to August.
July.
July. I'm gonna say closer to October.
I mean, he
Maybe
is looking
end
rough.
of
If
the
he
year.
goes in October, he is truly the Prince of Darkness.
The Prince of Darkness.
On Halloween. Let's just call it right there. It has to be on
It
Halloween.
better be.
I hope he don't die on my birthday, October 23rd. I hope he doesn't die on that fucking day, because that would make me feel really shitty.
No. It has to be. He's the motherfucking Prince of Darkness. He's eating a bat.
Of the Prince
taking a
of
bit off.
fucking Darkness.
He needs to go on fuck. It's either
Don't say he needs to go.
if he
Jesus.
dies.
If he dies, okay.
If he dies, it needs to be on Halloween or a Friday the 13th.
I'm just a
Okay,
dream.
I go with that. I understand. I mean, it would be sad. It would suck to see Ozzy die.
Times
He
are
is a fucking
strange.
character.
Lives are lame. I just died today.
Hey,
I mean,
it's like I said, man. The Ozman cometh, the Ozman leaveth.
Ozman left it.
Like and subscribe.
I mean, I would hate. It would
We're
suck.
just talking shit now.
But,
The album,
yeah.
556.
I didn't
That's
know
what
he
you
had
get.
Parkinson's. That sucks.
Yeah, it's just announced it like 2
That's
weeks
the
ago.
worst way to go too. He's gonna forget everything he ever fucking did.
It's not Alzheimer's, Parkinson's. He feels pain and numbness.
Okay, see, I'm drunk.
Dumbass.
Okay, Parkinson's. Sorry.
He has the shakes. Okay.
Okay.
Fucking the what's his name?
He's got
from
fucking Michael
Back
J.
to the Future has
He's got Michael
Parkinson's
J.
disease,
Fox.
Okay, Michael J. Fox is like,
Well, you don't even got to put a quarter in her.
Okay, I'd rather have Parkinson's than fucking.
All right,
Alzheimer's.
y'all. I need a cigarette. I'm way too fucked up right now. I dug the album. These guys aren't too partial for it, but I say if you want something a little different than your average,
I didn't say it was
flavor.
bad, but I didn't say it was good either.
I hope this video is worth your $5.
It's fucking. This is wet water. This is fucking just plain wet rice.
Hey, just wait till I get you guys on the next one and we listen to Morphine's Cure for Pain. That's a
Why does that sound fucking familiar?
That's gonna be some different shit that you guys have never heard of before. But on that note,
We do need to do a '90s retroactive, like bands like Eel, like one-hit wonders thing.
we do need to do a little '90s one-hit wonder.
Like
kind of
everything by
discussion.
presidents of the United States of America. It's like they've had 3.
Well, see, you said they call them one-hit wonders, but they're really not. They just have one hit off each album. That's fucking wonderful.
Yeah.
But we'll see you guys later. I hope you enjoyed the video.